Welcome to our special edition of an election podcast with our special guest, Akhmed Yakoob, the TikTok star, the Lamborghini driving solicitor who has entered into the political race as an independent candidate, and his campaign is making waves. Making waves, I hear. The mainstream politicians that he's up against are actually running scared. They've refused to meet him. And let's see what he has to say in our program today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Akhmed Yakoob, very warm welcome to you.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for having me and giving me time.
You know, it's a great honor and a privilege to be hosting you. And I know you're running a very, very busy campaign. You've got a lot of places to attend, people to see, because time is quite short now between now and the election, because this was announced all of a sudden, and perhaps you weren't anticipating an election so soon.
I wasn't anticipating it. I actually had a holiday booked to see my parents. My parents were here during the election. They left a few days after the election. I had a holiday booked for 2 weeks.
This was to recover from the last mayoral election.
Last mayoral election, because that was tiring. In 4 weeks, we managed to campaign and visit most of West Midlands and gained almost 70,000 votes. And the shockwave still continues from Westminster all the way here in the West Midlands.
Let's be honest. Were you actually expecting to lose that election when you went into it? Did you really think that you were going to do it, the mayor election I'm talking about? I mean, it was your first time. It was a new thing for yourself, untested, independent candidate. What were your genuine expectations?
I was entering uncharted waters, but it's not something that I haven't been in before. I thought to myself, my main goal was at the time to rock the system and to see how an election works, to see how a campaign works. And I did just that. I did more than that. I was expecting to myself to get over 100,000 votes, I'll be honest with you.
You were expecting over 100,000?
Over 100,000 votes.
So you were disappointed when you got less than that?
I wasn't disappointed, but, you know, I sat down and said, I could have done better.
Okay.
I could have done better. Because we still have a Labour mayor in Birmingham.
Okay. I mean, I think it was a bit of a tall sort of ask to sort of, as a brand new independent
candidate. So I've already made history and I've broken political records. Never in political history somebody has got that much votes as an independent candidate. So I've already done that.
I agree.
Alhamdulillah.
So what's that done now for this next parliamentary election? It's perhaps caused that paradigm shift where it's become more realistic and achievable that you should be able to smash that glass ceiling and be able to make it as an independent candidate against a Labour incumbent.
My father came into this country in 1975, I think it was.
Okay.
And Ladywood has been run by a Labour MP since 1965, I think, or even before my father came into this country.
So now we have Shabana Mahmood. Before that, we had Claire Short. Yeah.
And it's one of the safest seats they consider in the whole country. So I've come to strike the shepherd, and the sheeps will automatically scatter.
You talk about sheeps. There's a lot of talk that many of these Labour seats, safe seats, are safe, especially in inner city areas, because that old traditional die-hard core Labour supporters, the Asians, and I mean, there's the thing about the brotherly system that we have in our communities, that even there was a joke, I know it sounds a bit crass, but even some of these areas, even if you put a red rosette on a donkey, it would get elected in these areas.
Yes, that's right. There is a lot of that going on. I think I've broken that now.
So you've broken that brotherly system?
I've broken it.
Smashed it to pieces?
I smashed it to pieces. I had to get to the roots in Pakistan and say to certain people, let us deal with British politics, do your own things, don't get involved in other politics, let us deal with other corrupt politicians and don't support them. So I've broken the system.
Okay.
Broken a system that has been operating for decades. Alhamdulillah. And I gained 43,000 votes from Birmingham alone. These are the inner city areas of Birmingham.
MashaAllah. But would you say also that's a lot to do with the younger generation?
Yes.
No longer following the footsteps of the elders and blindly following these parties?
Yeah,
especially the Labour
before, look, the bringer of information, it was the father before. Now it's the youngsters. I was at a meeting in the Ladywood constituency the other day, and I was with the father, meeting the father, and he said, yeah, we're thinking of supporting you and all of that stuff. The son walks in, I know him. He said, yeah, we're going to support you. No, the father asked him, are we going to support him? He goes, we are.
I don't know about you.
I don't know about you. And then his father goes, I'm thinking about it still. He goes, well, you can keep thinking about it. There's none of us, one of you. So you can give your vote to Labour blindly. We're going to give it to him blindly.
Have you met Shabana Mahmood yet?
I saw her.
Not spoken to her. Would you like to have a debate or a pre-election discussion?
I would love to. I mean, look, I want to ask her some questions. First of all, as an opposition, that why would you, or how would you save the people of Ladywood better than I would? And how have you been saving the people of Ladywood? Then I would ask her a question as a constituent. What have you done for the past decade that you have been representing us? What have you done?
Yeah, but she can ask the same for you, that what are you going to do? You're a one-trick pony, just riding on the bandwagon of the Gaza issue. Where's your manifesto? How are you going to serve the constituents?
The only way is up, isn't it? It can't get any worse than this. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. About 10, 11 years ago, I was sitting in my car with somebody, my friend, and we both looked at our bank balances, and they were minus. That we were both in overdrafts. So I think I must have taken out my last 10, 20 pounds. And he said, what are we going to do? I said, we can't get any broker than this. We can't get any more broke. We can only get better. Because we've gone rock bottom now. So it can only get better. It can't get any worse than this, can he? Can it get any worse than this?
So you think we should try and arrange a sensible sort of debate?
Yeah, I want to ask you a few questions about why has Ladywood got higher child poverty rates than any other constituency?
It's not just unique to Ladywood, is it?
No, higher. I said higher. Okay. Why is Ladywood higher than others?
Okay. So if Shabana Mahmood is listening, inshallah, we will reach out to you and see if we will facilitate a discussion.
That'll be nice.
Yourself and our challenger, Akhmed Yakoob. So if you are willing, we are willing to facilitate, and inshallah, that can be achieved.
Inshallah. Wow. Why are there a record number of food banks in Ladywood? Why are there a record number of homeless people in Ladywood? I
think generally across the country, in the mainstream, we really need to break this hold of the two political parties.
The duopoly that the two political parties have been operating, and they think that they somehow have a right for people to vote for them, even if they don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, the best...
A broken system.
The best summary, shall I say, explanation I ever heard was by somebody we both admire, George Galloway, who said that Labour and Conservative are two cheeks belonging to the same ass.
Same backside, yeah.
So it's no different, especially now, under Keir Starmer, where traditionally you had the support of the working class and the trade unions. He's getting a lot more, shall I say, donors now, which are private... sort of single donations, which traditionally was attracted by the Tory party. So you could say he's a softer or another version of the Tories. Hey?
Diet Tory.
He's a Tory.
Look, Keir Starmer is the man behind getting rid of Jeremy Corbyn.
Stabbed him in the back.
For someone to do that to someone like Jeremy Corbyn, look at his expenses bills. Did you see his expenses bills? I don't know. I've only started getting into politics the last 7 days, since November last year. And I've been researching. I think his expenses bills for one of the years was like £50 or something for some printing cost or something, ink or something like that.
Right.
And these guys have expenses bills of 50 grand, 60 grand, some have 100 grand. So that guy is a different caliber of man. You know, they don't make them like that.
I totally agree. I think,
And for him to stab Jeremy Corbyn in the back, what kind of human being are you? And then these people don't care about what's happening here in Ladywood. I'm focusing on Ladywood right now, yeah. So Shabana Mahmood don't care about what's happening here. Yeah. Has she done anything about the Trojan horse scandal that destroyed the lives of many teachers? Tahir Alam, he was the governor of Rockwood Academy. He was banned from education for life. Inam Malik, English teacher, banned from education for life over what? A falsified letter. The students at the time suffered, their education suffered. Parkview School, it was called at the time.
Yeah.
And it was on par with private schools in terms of education, like
It was.
Eton School. I'll tell you what happened there. I'll be straight up honest with you. They taught children, kids from the inner city areas are getting good education and they're going to grow up and become leaders and challenge the political elites ultimately. They didn't want that to happen. Someone made a false letter and everything went down the drain. Now it's called Rockwood Academy and it's right at the bottom in terms of education.
they hit the rock bottom then.
Hit the rock bottom. The only way is up now.
So it should be renamed Rock Bottom.
Rock bottom. And the only way is up now. So what has Shabana Mahmood done? Because I've just been walking around the last couple of months and speaking to residents and parents and
So what's the sentiment to the
addressing their concerns. They are unhappy, fully unhappy. And Alam Rock, of course, wasn't part of Ladywood. You know, it's only become part of Ladywood now for this election, but it wasn't part of Ladywood before this. So they don't want Shabana Mahmood as their MP. They want Akhmed Yakoob as their MP.
Okay. And going back to issues in Ladywood, what is the biggest challenges? You mentioned poverty, but you're focusing very much on this Gaza issue now, which obviously has engulfed politics completely.
No, because let me tell you something, my brother, because what I'm trying to say is this, that I don't want people to forget what our politicians did. When thousands of people, how can we forget that? How can we not have that at the top of our agenda?
I actually agree with you.
How can we not? So for
Because that sums up that human being who cannot speak
exactly,
up.
exactly. So who cannot speak up? What they're going to do? They're going to get the satisfaction when they go and take Akhmed Yakoob and think this man is a man who has been speaking about the plight of the Palestinians, went up against the political elites, spent his own money, never took donations from no one, never asked anyone for money, spent his own money in the mayoral elections, campaigned against the Labour Party because of what they did in Gaza. Let's support him now. Because we can't do anything else. That's our contribution to the cause.
So are the constituents fully aware of Shabana Mahmood's stance on Gaza?
Yeah, of course they are. They protest. For example, Alam Rock, Friends of Palestine, they have a protest every week and they've been having it since October the 7th, where they march up and down Alam Rock Road. And then they do speeches and most of them be holding placards which reads, Shabana Mahmood has blood on her hands. So,
Like many other politicians.
like
obviously.
many other politicians. So that's...
You know, you're going back to yourself. You're obviously a successful lawyer. You had a good lifestyle. Do you not realize that life may never be the same again because you may have just disrupted that equilibrium, the harmony? Because once you enter into this political circle, then you know it really is a circus where your life is on the spotlight.
Look, Alhamdulillah, I was doing very well for myself, and my plan was to retire early and spend time with my mum.
Retire?
And
When? What age?
semi-retire. I was meant to be in Pakistan right now. I'd semi sort of retire, not really retire, but practice more in Pakistan, do business in Pakistan, and spend time with mum and dad. That was the plan, to be fair. When I'm 35, I'm going to do that. And the plan was this Ramadan that's gone. I was meant to slowly start shifting to Pakistan. And by the summer holidays, we would have all been gone to Pakistan. The kids would have been in school this September in Pakistan. So look, that's how my life changed. So I got into this.
So that plan's shelved for now.
It's gone, it's finished. It's finished now.
Okay.
I can't go nowhere now anyway. It'd be selfish of me to get up and go now. So I'm not going to go nowhere now. I'm staying. I want to inspire other people to go up against the status quo, to go up against the political elites, and to realize that one man, with the help of the people, can change the system. Trust me. I've seen it. I've showed everyone. A month and a few days ago.
But Ahmed, how can you convince people that you are sincere in wanting to run this election to genuinely be a voice for the voiceless, as you say?
Like you just said, I'm giving up a comfortable life. Alhamdulillah, I've got one of the busiest practices in the country. I've got a beautiful family. I am popular amongst the youth. I don't need the money. I don't need the fame. I don't need the power. I'm a successful, like I said, successful lawyer. And law brings power with it, alhamdulillah. So I don't need the money, the power, or the fame.
So
And I'm not taking a salary as well, by the way.
I'm sure you don't need it.
I don't need it. And I'll feel very bad taking a salary when there's people on the streets of Ladywood hungry. So
Yeah, it's clear you're not doing it for the money, obviously, because, mashallah, you're already very financially successful. And talking about finances, I mean, you're having to spend a lot of your own money on these campaigns. I mean, you've done it already in the mayor election. So what about on this parliamentary elections?
Well, the parliamentary elections, we can't spend that much money. There's a cap, isn't there? The cap's about £17,000, something like that, just over £17,000.
There seems to be loads of billboard posters around Birmingham with your face on it. Surely that can't be cheap.
No, most of these billboards and the posters were up for the mayoral elections, weren't they? So we're reusing the same stuff.
Okay.
We're reusing the same stuff again, which again is an advantage. Because you have a cap, don't you? You have a cap on the election spending, but there's no cap on the. There is a cap on the mayoral election, but the election's finished now, so we're reusing all the old stuff again.
Okay. And do you think you're...
It's part of the plan.
Do you think you're, like, this stance that you've taken, like coming out, wanting to fight elections, has been inspiring for other youth and other people who think...
Not just the youth, other people all across the country, alhamdulillah, have been inspired. People have been coming to see me from London, from Manchester, from Slough.
Want to take advice?
The independent candidates to get endorsement and advice about campaigning. To be fair, I've only been doing it for 7 months, 8 months, but I'm a quick learner, to be fair.
I see George Galloway's taken a liking to you.
He likes me, doesn't he? He likes me. He likes brave men.
He's a brave man himself.
I like him too. I like him too. He's welcomed me.
One of the danger that we have is, how do we know? I mean, I know certain other wards in Birmingham, there's more than one independent person standing. So isn't that a grave risk that you're handing the victory to the incumbent because you're dividing the alternative vote?
Look, in Ladywood, there's no other independent candidate apart from myself. And in Perry Bar, there's no independent candidate apart from myself. In Yardley, there's no independent candidate apart from myself. But in Hall Green, there's an issue. Hall Green, there's thoroughly, of course, is the Labour candidate, and we have Shakil Afsar.
So in Shakil Afsar's constituency, there's more than one independent, isn't there?
Yeah, but Shakil Afsar announced, me and him pretty much announced at the same time.
But just in your constituency, you're the only independent candidate. So there's a good chance that you may unseat the sitting MP. But
Ladywood is mine to lose, alhamdulillah, inshallah. But where there's more than one MP, there is a fear of the votes being splitted.
And had you know, the mainstream isn't planting independent candidates to break that vote.
They probably are. I don't want to make no accusations about any particular.
It's politics. Politics is a dirty game.
Politics is a very dirty game. So it could be them planting individuals, but now it's too late. Nomination papers have been submitted, so there can be no other candidates come forward.
Just sort of final thoughts from you. What has been the biggest discovery, shock, learning curve coming into politics? Is there anything that you think, oh my God, I didn't know that politics was like this before you entered? You thought you've seen it all, but coming into this circus, what is it that's
I knew, to be fair, I've got loads of friends that are politicians, family members that are politicians.
So you knew what to expect?
I knew what to expect. And Mustafa laughing at me that day, they said, boss, you never used to see anyone. Now you have to see people and you have to see them for free. And you become accessible, and that's the only downside to it. So I'm a people person anyway. I don't mind being around.
So previously you weren't that accessible?
I wasn't accessible, no, because I was a lawyer. So people had to book appointments. I had to wait when I'm pay a fee, and when I'm ready, I'll see them.
Now you're canvassing for votes is a different ball game.
Now I'm knocking doors.
MashaAllah. Look,
life changes, and brother, alhamdulillah. I was thinking that I was knocking doors. I was thinking before people used to phone me on my mobile, say, can you call the office please and book an appointment and I'll come and see you. Now the other day I knocked the door and I met an ex-client.
Wow, that's a different mindset altogether.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Well, look, we'd like to wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you very much.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you success, and we will take up on that challenge to try and invite Shabana Mahmood to facilitate a nice friendly discussion with you.
It would be nice. It would be nice. Look, I've got nothing against Shabana Mahmood personally, but I do have a lot against the Labour Party. Not just on the Gaza issue. The Gaza issue is the main issue because Keir Starmer said it's okay for people to be starved and be under complete blockade.
I think this Gaza has exposed a lot of people.
I can't believe how evil some people are. They don't have an iota of humanity inside them. My problem is with the Labour Party. My problem with Shabana Mahmood now is that, of course, she's my opposition now. And my problem with her now is that the residents of Ladywood have fully been neglected. She will not do anything about it. She will not go against the party line. And whatever she does for the constituents will have to get properly filtered through the Labour Party and Keir Starmer. It's too much for the constituents. They need an independent candidate who's accessible, who they can call whenever they want, who will save them and be for the people rather than the profit.
Well, that test is upon you soon. The electorate will decide.
Electorate will decide, and then inshallah, the way I will maintain that seat, inshallah, with the help of Allah, I'm not going, it's all from Allah. The way I'm going to maintain that seat, like I said, I'm here for the people. I'm going to save the people. The people of Ladywood are going to be the happiest people in the UK. Trust me.
MashaAllah.
Because they will be making the best decision about their representative. They will be the happiest, inshallah.
May Allah bless you, and inshallah, no doubt this discussion will continue. We'll see you again, and most definitely, we hope we can arrange that meeting as promised, inshallah. Jazakallah. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.